I didn't meet Tim Galway or read the book until I was off the tour, so I can't, talk at all about the inner game of tennis helping my tennis career. It did help my tennis, but I graduated from SC in '82. The summer before, I played very well and finished number 5, won 2 satellite circuits. And basically, over a course of a year and a half, I worked the circuits and the Challenger circuit, and ended up getting ranked first in the top 200, and then in the top 150. And at that time, there were 2 circuits, the ATP Tour and WCT. And when I had my highest ranking, WCT in 1 year dropped all of their tournaments except for the WCT Championships, which today is the ATP Tour Championships. And so there was a pretty, that was a shock to the system, and just following supply and demand. Suddenly it was very hard to defend those points. And at my stage in life, I had met a woman that I ended up being married to for 21 years. I met her while traveling, and so given a lot of circumstances, I decided not to try to regain my ranking, and I decided to retire. And I feel quite fortunate and felt it was a real privilege to be able, through tennis, I literally traveled, everywhere except every continent except for like South America. Now I've been there, so that's something I hadn't thought of in a while. To be honest, the thing that I remember most, and in a way the thing that I miss the most for sure, was the camaraderie, the men's group, so to speak, and the camaraderie and the doing battle, every day, and then going and having beers and dinner and playing cards, after that. And that really, I didn't realize it at the time, but now I do, that really was a male bonding experience, and one that I really enjoyed and miss. You just don't have those opportunities, and I think when I realized that, that's when I actually started to go over to Germany as a senior player, and I still, to this, I still go over and play a few matches here and there.
You ever get a chance to party with Whitney Reed or anyone like him?
Well, Whitney Reed is a character, and if he wouldn't mind, he's quite a bit older than me, so no, I have not, but...
So there've got to be some characters out there that you were, but nobody could possibly be on par with Whitney. Now might be a good time to go to the meeting Tim Galway and getting involved with Inner Tennis.
Well, so I got off the tour, and I went into business, first in banking and then in real estate, commercial real estate, and I didn't really enjoy it, and so I got back into tennis as a coach, and within a few months I met Tim Galway. And how that came about was I had played some men's open tournaments and was in a bit of a slump and losing to players I'd never lost to ever in my life, and was pretty frustrated. And a friend gave me the Inner Game of Tennis, and I was like surprised I had never read it myself, and I read it, and it really changed my perspective. Won the next tournament, won $1,500, and said to myself, wow, I have to meet the author. Tracked him down the normal way and was unsuccessful. And in a bit of synchronicity, 6 months later, maybe 6 to 9 months after reading got reacquainted with someone who had helped give me a little bit of money when I started out on the tour. His name was Tony Teuber. And I told Tony that I was, that I was teaching, and that I was interested in the mind-body tennis and meditation, and was doing a mind-body workshop at his club. And he went to it and said, wow, you really are into this stuff. You might want to meet my cousin. Here this guy gave me like $250 and a kick in the butt to go out on the circuit. I ended up for about 2 years teaching him and his family, and all during that time he never once mentioned Tim Galway, never gave me the book. And then like 6 years later, when I was ready, and there's a cliche, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, yeah. tells me, he introduced me to his cousin, and I met Tim, and we played doubles, and Tim offered to help me learn the inner game coaching approach, and it's been an absolutely life-changing experience. I just have immense gratitude for the time he gave me, and it's absolutely changed my life in many, many ways.
If you had to pick one thing, what was the very first principle from that? Because I think there are actually fewer and fewer people who are really still aware of that book. The new generation, I think, might not have any awareness.
It's still out there. Someone wrote an article, interviewed me for an article that's online that. But I would agree with you, and over the years I tried to help, bring the inner game back in various ways, but Tim has his own, kind of blocks, and so I was never able to get very far, but very well, and a lot of people in a lot of different sports and acting and business. I helped him co-found the Inner Game School of Coaching 2 years ago that's taken off in Brazil. And you never know with the inner game. It's got a great brand name, and so if something happens, it could restart a fire again.
Let's start that fire right now.